Earthlings, wisdom keepers, wisdom seekers. Welcome back to WizdomDropz, your source for daily drops of wisdom and savvy cat astrology. My name is Tanya, and today we are discussing part 6 of a 6-part video series discussing the Sagittarius new moon eclipse that just happened on December 4th, which is a little over a week ago. Now, we're still on this. Why? Because eclipses are in full-fledged effect for at least a month around the event itself, and 6 months total in the full scheme of things, as these are karmic beginnings, y'all, and karmic closures. Now, this new moon Sagittarius is definitely on the new beginning side of things, as it is a new moon. And in the first part of the series, we discussed what is an eclipse and the karmic implications. The second, we went into Sagittarius energy and the meaning of that. The third, we checked out the fact, hello, this is conjunct Mercury, meaning much. And in the fourth video, we looked at Mercury's meaning even further, looking at it as derivative houses to Sagittarius energy, and specifically as the 4th house and 10th house ruler. In video 5, we discussed, it ain't over yet, y'all. We discussed Jupiter's meaning, since Jupiter is the ruler of Sagittarius, otherwise known as the dispositor, okay? And now that brings us back up to speed right here in the finale video, my friends, where we discuss the relevance of the beautiful, right, shape that we see playing out at the time of this lunation with Venus at the apex. And that shape is a mini grand trine, otherwise known as a V sextile, and it consists of 2 sextiles and a trine. I'm about to show this to you on my screen, and before I do, make sure you're subscribed if you're new here and like this video because it helps the channel grow. And speaking of which, we just hit 1,000 subscribers, so holla. And last but not least, if you're a nerd like me and you want to keep learning astrology because you like my style and you like the way I express things to you and I help you make sense of things and you like my vibe, then hey, I have an astrology school program just for you, person who wants to master astrology and also turn it into a hustle for yourself, whether that's a side hustle or a main hustle. I'm here to help you with my partner, Treneti, to translate this information, impart and share the skill of this information. And she's going to be working with you to develop your business side of things and help you craft the beautiful snowflake that is your original piece of knowledge. So you can check out our full vid we did together discussing this for more details. And you can also apply directly to astrology school using the link down below. If you already know, it's for you. Now, with that said, it's a year and it starts in January. Okay, so do not wait, apply today if you are meant for it. So now we see on our screen the topic of today's video, which is Venus, 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 otherwise known as Aphrodite, because she is at the apex or the tippity top of a little pyramid or a mountain that is this V sextile. And if you're looking at these lines like, huh, this is what I'm trying to show you. This line, and line. There's 2 little lines right there and a long line right there connecting them. You see? Exactly. You should see. And so with that said, Venus is at the top of that, and she's sending out beautiful blue lines, and she's at how many degrees, y'all? 23 degrees, 22 degrees, okay? She's sending out beautiful blue lines to Neptune at 20 degrees and Mars at 23. So let's review our orbs for a second. Degree of difference. 22 to 20 is what? 2-degree orb. 22 to 23 is what? A 1-degree orb. Excellent. So this all qualifies for the 3 degrees or less, which is the super stringent ancient OG standard of qualification as to whether or not you pay attention to an issue. Okay, so we're paying attention because it's 3 degrees or less of an exactitude in its expression. So what does that mean? What does it mean? Isn't that why you clicked on this video? Shoot, you had to wait all these minutes learning all this other stuff that you thought was irrelevant, but it wasn't. Joke's on you if you skipped ahead, loser. No, I'm kidding. With that said, though, for real, this is the issue, right? And this is what we need to understand. So Venus here at the apex, at the crown of this puppy, is telling us this is the mission. Look, you can see what I'm pulling from, but at the end of the day, the top of that mountain is Venus. You know what I'm saying? It's all about Venus. She's the one who's running the show in this operation. Now, her comrades who's helping her is Neptune and Mars. Now, who are these creatures? You know what I'm saying? Who are they? Who be they? Mars is all about the hustle and the action and the drive, and it's finishing up its late degree, experience in Scorpio, which is intense and dark and driven and psychological and emotional and potentially like shady and like even resonating to some more challenging frequencies. And at the same time, you got Neptune, which is in a low vibration. It could be about illusions. It could be about like unhealthy escapism. And a high vibration, it's super spiritual. It's super about like empathy and expression of like a more benevolent energy that's like really centered in a feeling of like, hey, I got the collective interest in mind, or I have your best interest, whoever, in mind, right? So these are the sort of like planetary energies that we're dealing with right now. And with Venus being the end all be all, like I say, she's the apex of this little triangle, right? She is calling the shots, and she's the way out of any other thing that we kind of need to deal with right now. It's like, look to Venus. She has the answers, because Mars, the general in Scorpio over here at 23 degrees, the red one on your screen, right? And Neptune over here in Pisces, the blue fork looking thing on your screen, right? Those two comrades are coming together to support the Venusian experience. And at the time that this happened, I will also draw your attention to the fact that Venus is within a 3-degree conjunction to Pluto. And since doing this eclipse, or since the eclipse happened, this has exacted the conjunction between Venus and Pluto. And I would be remiss to not mention that this is part of the Venus retrograde cycle, okay, that Pluto is, influencing, of course, since there is an exact conjunction here being experienced not once, no, but twice, okay, since she's going to go past, already has, and is now going backwards, right, over Pluto, just to go back again. So actually 3 total times. Jeez Louise, talk about a Plutonic expression. So with that said, this is all about the deeper truths, okay? And I'm going to do a separate video on Venus, Pluto, don't you worry. But this is about the deeper truths. This is about what's going on, and in terms of like femininity, because it's Venus, but also in terms of love, because again, it's Venus. And with that said, it's saying, hey, you know what? Mars and Neptune, they're at the party to help that mission of Venus along. So I like it. I think this is a call for authenticity and relationship. I think this is a call for also purification, because Pluto is a shedding of that which no longer serves. It's also indicative of like poison, right? So you see it as poison, or you see it as the shedding of poison. In either case, Pluto is the opportunity to adapt or die to any given situation. Not only is it an opportunity to do so, it's a demand, right? So you see this Plutonic influence, and it's not like asking, it's telling. So there's that. And I also think that with the Venus aspect here, being well positioned in this larger cycle, I definitely feel like this is going to be more productive and definitely more of a healing influence. And I like what that means for the collective, because this is a collective chart I'm looking at. I'm not looking at your personal chart. I just like the energy I'm witnessing right now for everybody's case. And specifically, again, those of you who are willing to really like voluntarily take that authenticity to the forefront, you will find yourself benefiting. Why? Because you're playing with Pluto. You're not trying to play Pluto, you're playing with Pluto. That will get you further. You see what I'm saying? If you try to go against it, it will likely just wreck you all the more. Versus if you're leaning into it, that's going to help the situation much further. Whew, that is a big wisdom drop for this day, my friends. And I think we got to end this video hurt. So be sure you're subscribed if you're not already. And if you're looking to fully nerd out on astrology at a level that you master your craft as an astrologer, whatever that means for you, astrology school, link to apply down below. With that said, thank you so much for all the likes, the comments, the shares. And if you got to the end of this video, leave me a frog, because frogs are badass. And with that said, through next time, until next time, may the stars be with you. Peace.